So he's looking, he's thinking, so how am I going to use my guard? He's got to start reaching, right? Got to start backing away a little bit. So he starts getting a little bit more bold. Starts coming towards us. Maybe not quite like that. He starts bringing his feet towards us. My God, Placido, you've lost your mind. From here, we work in this position. I play at a distance, and I see him reach a guitar effect, where your opponent starts to strangle. Oh my God. Should have smoked so much weed before class. And when he pulls away from that upper body attack, I don't care who he is, how good he is, or how famous he is, he's going to leave his fucking legs behind, just like any other human being. Now, I go straight in on my training partner, my apologies, nice. And brush straight down through the mat. It's one of those beautiful, effortless takedowns, which often gets you off to a very strong start.
Okay, guys, I'm here with my friend Bernardo Faria. Huge honor for me. Good to see you, Bernardo.
Sorry. You're going to see 1,000 self-defense videos where people do things like this. Oh, he grabs your clothing, take his wrist, and apply a wrist load. Give me a fucking break. You get your nose broken, teeth knocked out, badly fucked up, cuts, all that kind of thing. Sure, 5, 6 teeth knocked out at a time, broken jaws, people getting fucked up. You're putting people into a fucking coma. These are the people getting fucked up. Look like you've been to a fucking meat club. You can kick the shit out of them. Don't bother throwing a punch until your feet are covered in blood. I've seen people literally spitting out 5, 6 teeth at a time. The shit's at the fan and there's blood leaking out of his fucking ears. Put the motherfucker on the ground and start stumbling. What the fuck am I doing? And you're looking at them after the fight going, damn. It literally looks like he's been in a fucking car accident. It doesn't look like a fight, it looks like a car accident. I think people literally puking their fucking guts out on the cement. We're no longer talking about controlling people and holding them down. We're talking about putting them in a fucking hospital. If it goes for any kind of makikomi, it ain't happening from here. It'll hurt his own arm if he even tries. Now I shimmy down my training partner's body until I feel his elbow is locked in my hips. As we base out from here, we get a good ability to attack the arm. As we pommel, watch how my right ankle is replaced by the left, just like so. Now from here I come in, I take my second hand and punch it inside my training partner's hip. As he frames and pushes and does all those things that people do, we just lock and capture both of our training partner's hips. Now when he tries to bring his knees in, my head functions as a post, clear away the legs, and we get a nice pass. So once again, sorry if I threw it.
No, it's good. I wanted you to pass at that point.
I'm getting old and fat. So as we work in front of our training partner, it's very realistic. The other way. It's very realistic. Further out here, the more he can rotate his elbow and get away. Oh, you're getting pretty weak there, Placido. From here. Again, so we always want a situation where from here, we get the first hook in. We take our knee here. So we have an ass foot back. Now, put this foot back. From here, rotate and place the man over. Okay. So once again, rotate and place the man through. You're not coming out crazy like this kind of thing. Okay. And as I look, we can throw the man through. Okay. So and that is also possible just to come straight through like so. Okay. So one more time. We're here. We're wrestling in the standing position. He comes through, locks, and we take him straight on through. Again, we're wrestling standing position. I feel him come over. Okay, we just turn and rotate the man through. Just as soon as he comes in, straight into the move. Okay? Here, I roll my shoulder across his jaw, putting cross-face pressure on him. When he goes to put strangulation pressure on me, it's difficult. And I walk past the center line. From here, it's like he's being put in a strangle. It's, you guys are doing great. Now, let's do one realistic now, like you're in an EBI final. Placido, there's $20,000 on the line. Actually, there's not. You went over.
Quitting this job then.
Let's lock up and work your way through it, Placido. That's my favorite way to deal with the problem of the fifth triangle. So, you're easily the least jacked out of all my ukes for this video series. Just feeble. Now I cast my second foot across and I bring my 2 feet in close together. As Placido tries to pull away from me and escape, very difficult. And we get a tremendously strong turning lock on my opponent. It looks like an Achilles lock, but you can see it's not. There's a turn here, rather like an inside heel hook. Okay? As we lock the figure of 4, hands go in, it's done. So we play a simple dilemma. He just tried to break your freaking arm. Now come back and break his fucking leg. Okay, that's how it works. You can't just be escape and come back, escape and come back. Okay? You're able to either be very fast and move with me, or very strong and able to freeze my hips. Placido is neither fast nor strong, so it would be sorry, Placido. It would be quite easy for me to get my knee inside. Lock up, come forward into double shoelaces, 50-50. Option number 3, cast your foot over to far hip. Go cross waist. And from here, you've got a strong braking position. Okay. Option number 4, throw your legs into the crisscross ashi, one of our favorite braking positions. Okay. And option number 5 is to switch completely to the inside position, inside Senkaku for the win. Okay. So one more time. Sorry, Placido, that's the one to draw.
That's fine.
So, yeah. Sorry, Tim. So we're in here. He's locked up and I'm in a scary situation. Okay, Placido's got me in one of his personal favorite braking positions. This position is a specialty of Placido. He does very well out of here. In situations like this, we're always looking to hook grip in. Now I look at my opponent's reaction. If he's experienced, he's going to turn his knee this way. If he's an idiot, he's going to turn his knee out here and expose his heel to our break. Let's look at the idiot first. Sorry, Placido. He goes to turn out, just like so. From here, I'm going to curl up and invert my body. I'm going to bring my knee through like so. And I'm going to come and touch my knee on the floor, just like so. As I drive forward, we get very strong arm locks. But I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, dude, there's this one guy in the gym who's like 6'4" with legs that go all the way up to his shoulders. And when this guy locks a triangle on me, all these things you talk about posturing or putting your elbow here or doing this, they just don't work on these guys, okay? I deal with this all the time because you'll get an athlete like Gordon Ryan, for example, who has very long, powerful legs, and this kid locks on a triangle. Dude, it's hard just to posture out of it, okay? And you'll hear these jiu-jitsu coaches going, oh, triangles, it's so easy, just posture out of it. It's like, yeah, good luck with that with Gordon Ryan. These guys spend years of their life breaking posture. And so just putting your hands on their stomach and posturing up to the ceiling and looking up at the ceiling isn't going to work at that level. As Placido goes in for the heel hook, I want to keep my foot inside his opposite bicep, just like so. As Placido goes for the heel hook, he finds himself in a situation where I can easily break him, but it's very hard for him to break me. Now, misdirection or heel slipping. This one's scary, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, okay? Every so often, what I'll do is I'll push into my training partner's bicep, and I will take what seems to be the suicidal option of exposing more. Okay, I know you're looking at me, are you fucking kidding me, bro? You're telling me to make things worse? Don't worry, it's just for a second, okay? So I misdirect one way, and then I use that to kick back in the other way. So I push in with my foot. He wants a bent leg, right? Okay, so I give him what he wants, and then when I push, it's like it just kicks right in, okay? But you got to be quick with this one, okay? Now, from here, always we're employing these foundational body movements, which enable us to retain a guard against resistance. done in this fashion, this provides an excellent warm-up and at the same time helps build the skills that you'll be using in live situations with a resisting opponent. Please understand, guys, whenever I coach gripping, the first question I get from everyone is, how can I make my grip stronger? And what they mean by that is, how can I make my forearm stronger, my wrist stronger? And I think I'm going to give them some crazy exercise like, squeezing tennis balls and all this kind of madness. Please understand that the effective strength of your grip has much more to do with skill in gripping than it does with physical strength. The only exercise that I advocate for developing physical strength in your grip is rope climbing. That's the only exercise I've seen over the years which does have tangible benefits for grappling. Everyone I know who invested considerable time in rope climbing had a good, firm grip. Once you go beyond that, I don't really see any great benefit to going further than, if you can climb rope up and down 4 or 5 times without the use of your legs, your grip is plenty strong enough. You don't need anything more than that. After that, you get diminishing returns on continued investment into grip strength. Just focus on rope climbing. Get competent that you should be able to pull yourself up a rope without the use of your legs. If you can do this, that's more than enough. After that, as I said, diminishing returns. Spending vast amounts of time on crazy esoteric machines to develop your grip strength is not going to help you that much. It's much more about skill. I remember once I was teaching a group of special forces soldiers, and we were talking about how there were analogies between Jiu-Jitsu and their craft of soldiering, and they told me that one of the basic skills that they had to master was countering an ambush. That was something that special forces soldiers often run into, and their basic creed or word of advice was never run away from an ambush. Everyone gets killed. Always go forward into an ambush. And that's exactly what we do here. If someone goes in and I run away, get them killed. Okay? The idea is I always want to go forward into my training partner. And from those situations, I can slip the heel quite readily. On situations like this, if we just move away from our training partner with our hips, and you get enormous braking pressure. Okay? So those are our favorite options coming out of the clamp position. Some excellent finishing options, excellent control. Let's have a look away from this. Facing in this direction, pass it in. This direction. Okay. Then from here, I'm going to push, I'm going to shake, then I'm going to rotate. Now, guys, I know that looks weird, guys. I'm sorry. A good way to train yourself to take the slack out of the joint is what we call the one-handed drill. Starting from an outside ashigarami, I like to have my developing students work their forearm into position and move their head inside the foot. Now, just moving with just the tendons of the forearm, I can get a submission. Your opponent's legs will feel tight like a piano string, and now just with the movement of my fingers alone, I can get braking pressure. In a situation like this, if I were to lock my hands and drive my hips through, there would be a catastrophic break. Okay? Most of my students are not particularly physically imposing types. There's a few exceptions. Gordon's pretty strong, Nicky Rod's strong, but most of them are not particularly strong in the gym. When you tie up with them, you don't feel like, oh my God, this guy's 10 times stronger than I am. But they can all make a very strong grip. It has nothing to do with physical strength. It has to do with the fact that they do a good job of covering up the holes in their grip. Now from here, plus here goes the turn. Watch my feet change to foot position. I had extended legs. Now I've got contracted legs. As we both go crashing in this direction here down towards the mat, I bring my knee forward and lift up on the heel, and we get insane amounts of braking pressure in a very short period of time. Okay, so this is a beautiful example, guys, of not only getting out of our opponent's heel hook, but putting him under pressure with our own. Okay, always understand that no matter what form of ashigarami your opponent goes to employ, there will be some degree of mutual exposure. Okay, his heels will be exposed to mine almost as much as my heels are exposed to his, regardless of the ashigarami he uses. This area of the wrist, the area which you would slash if you were trying to kill yourself, is the area I want my thumb to operate. Try hard on one side, come across, come back. That's it, well done, beautiful. Super Royale, beautiful. Going further around. Standing. What I want to bring the hands down. If you were going to the airport and you had all your belongings packed into a suitcase, would you walk up to the suitcase and just grab any random part of it and lift it and take it to the cab? Of course you wouldn't. You would look for the handle of the suitcase, because when you employ the handle, the physical task is so much easier to take that case and put it in the cab. So too when you work with the human body. Don't just grab anywhere on the body, forearms, triceps, shoulders, no. Be precise, lock. He goes to pull away, difficult. Now we're in a situation where I catch, he goes to pull away, not easy. He goes to pull away, not easy. Why? Because like the intelligent traveler, who when he goes to pick up the suitcase, instinctively hunts for the handle of the suitcase in order to pick it up and move it efficiently, so too, you will look at the human body. You will no longer see a human body as most people do. You will see it as a set of handles in front of you, where you can grip the handles, you can control the body. We're going to start getting pretty quickly into methods of defending ourselves against heel hooks and looking at the idea of counter offense. We can't really start that project without looking at traditional approaches to defending heel hooks in the sport of jiu-jitsu. When I first started off, heel hook defense was usually seen or characterized as extremely simple. I was always told, man, getting out of heel hooks, it's so easy. All you have to do is rotate in the same direction as the heel hook. This will take away the braking pressure, and then just slip your knee out of your opponent's legs, usually by pushing off their butt with your foot, and it was so easy. And in those days, in the 1990s, that was largely true, to be honest with you. It was pretty easy to get out of the old school heel hooks, and the traditional methods, they worked pretty well. They tended to either work completely or to get your knee shredded. And as a result, heel hooks got a bad reputation as a move which was dangerous in the gym, or conversely, completely ineffective. You tended to have 2 points of view. People either looked at heel hooks and say, they'll never work above blue belt, or they'll go, oh my God, they're so dangerous, they'll kill people if you use them in the gym and ban them. Let's have a look at traditional approaches to escaping heel hooks, okay? Try to say the alphabet.
A, B, C.
It's quite difficult, okay? If I'm too late for that, and I have to make a bit of a boo-boo, and I want to turn and get my inside shoulder down to the floor. Here covers from 12, where once again, it forms a very, very strong base of support, out to 9. Okay. Where once again, that forms a very, very strong base of support. Okay? Nothing wrong with being conservative, by the way. Okay, the optimal thing, sorry, that's probably the wrong thing to say in this time of day. The optimal thing is to get the best possible option. Both legs at the same time. That's good for going high, but it's bad for penetration. Okay, that sounds awful, but stay with it. I need one knee close to my body. Wishy-washy about this. You can't just attack the upper body, he pulls out, and then you're thinking, oh, what's next? Oh, yeah, lower body. No, it's got to be bang, bang, okay, and go straight up. Get over his fucking knees. Let that be your first reaction. A Passover, that sounds strange, right? But Passover is like a biblical escape. We're gonna let's get out of Egypt with the Passover escape. Okay, so if the hands are low, we take everything to the center line, catch, 2-on-1. He goes to yank out, elbows in close, not easy. Okay, if the hands are a little higher and they're higher than my hands, this kid is doing the Macarena over here. What's happening? From over here, his hands are a little higher than mine. We take everything over the shoulder, and I'm taking his elbows away from his body. Okay, if he rolls through a second time, we just follow up to the inside shoulder, and we get very strong finishes as a result. So if you do get into a rolling battle here, you don't have to worry about back exposure, and you have a mechanical advantage insofar as your 50-50 on the outside of his hip slows his roll relative to yours. So you should be able to win most rolling battles in these situations. This is my favorite way to take a true 50-50 situation and start to steer it to our advantage. Okay, now the whole idea in Ashigurami is to hold my knee inside his knee line. So it's natural for you to be asking, how am I going to slip my knee out? His whole game is to hold my knee inside his knee line. What am I going to have to do to actually get out of here? Great question. Now let's demonstrate with Placido's ass towards the camera so you can see the feet. My apologies. So here's the frame. So what I do is I slap his foot into my hand. Okay, so I put my hand out and I slap his foot in. Sorry, that was a little more hard than I wanted it to be. Now my second hand goes over the top and I push down and I step over, and from here all I do is I just pinch around my training partner's ankle. Okay, there's no way to say this other than to say that sometimes you got to get used to some adversity. Okay, there's going to be some discomfort, there's going to be some breathing issues, and you got to learn to deal with this. This is all part of the game. So, okay, when you go to get up normally, you have base and you come up like so. When you have a kimura, you have no base. Put your right hand on my upper body. On the other side, obviously. Move back where you were. Put your right hand on my lat muscle. Now, just give me a push. This time, give me a pull. Okay. Now give me a push.
Nope.
Now give me a pull.
Nope.
I've got base. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Now I've only got 2. Push. Okay. So we use this principle. Placido, put your arm out. Placido and I are roughly the same size, and you can see our arms are more or less the same length. Okay. When he frames here, if he can frame to my shoulder, if we're roughly the same height, I should always be able to frame to his hip. Okay? Because we're roughly the same height. If you're trying to take down someone like John Jones, this might be problematic, but thankfully he's in a much heavier weight division than you. So we come out and we just grip here. Once again, we start off in this position. I see him come out. Step number 1, grab the calf muscle. Step number 2, he frames, you frame. Now when he goes to kick out, we just take our head to the other side. How do I do that? Let's do it facing the camera, Placido. Me facing the camera, so you stand here. Give me your leg back.
Just directly.
You're very confused.
Direct.
The hand signals are priceless, right? From here, we lock up. So what have we got here? We've got a progression. Move away. We've got a progression from a very poor initial position here where I'm square and I'm completely exposed at heel and secondary leg. This is not good. Moving forward, we have confidence that we'll always roll through and get our shoulders to the mat before he does. One more time. The line that joins my training partner's buttocks to hamstrings, that's where I want my thigh. Okay, remember when you were a kid, people would stand behind you and push you? It happened to all of us, I'm sure. Your thigh does exactly that. And that's what takes our opponent over in backwards directions. If he steps out, then we do the opposite. So there are certain grips where we get into an opponent, and if I can get to here, yep, that's a grip I can trust. Yep, that's a grip I can trust. Yep, that's a grip I can trust. Those locked hands provide insight. Our shoelaces right there on his hip. As I close my knee downward, my body weight comes forward into the lock. We get a very strong fit. It's like getting into a cold river. Do you just jump right in? Well, you could. That's certainly one tough way to do it. But if you're a pussy like me, you will go in toes first, then a knee, then the other toes, and you gradually work your way into the cold water. Okay, you can do that with takedowns too. Let's come close to the camera so people can see. Looking for another angle. Okay. Sit here. Sit here. So move here. Now, from this position, I want you to look at his feet. Okay? From here, it's the easiest thing in the world to throw someone. Why? Because I'm standing. My knees are off the mat, but he's still got a knee on the floor. So it's very easy under these circumstances for us to step in, apply Uchimata. Okay, it's easy to throw people on one knee. They're so artificially short. I hate to say this, but it's like throwing a freaking midget. Okay, it's easy because they're just so much smaller than you. He's artificially small because he's on his knees. If we were in a wrestling situation down here, it would be very easy for me to go through and complete a double leg. When he tries to roll from this position, it's so hard for him to complete it, and very easy for us to start putting people down to the mat. Okay, just as in life, if you were 6'6" and you were fighting someone who was 4'11", it'd be a pretty damn easy fight, right? You've completely shut down his elbow escape. And then from here, so many things we can do. You can slap out. That's certainly one good option. You can take your head to the floor and step over using the hip step method and shut out his elbow escape. I leave that up to you. They're both great methods. Okay. So, sorry, this is very unpleasant to be done. I'm sorry, dude. He's the bravest Uke in the planet. So here we are. We lock up, and he's doing a great job of bringing his knee in. Okay. Tap from here, and from here, tap again. You got a very strong break here. Tap. If your hips rising to the ceiling to come together and the hip rises. And plus, if it goes to yank out, it actually makes it worse. Break. Tap. Down with one and push up with the other. Tap. And it's on. Now there's a barrier right in the way. Almost impossible to get to the far elbow. And from here, it's an immediate tap. It's the side of his head. Now from here, I just rise. No gi. The grips go faster and they come faster. That sounds terrible, sorry. But you have to be able to, as it were, lose a grip and take a grip. The pace of the gripping is much, much faster than it would normally be in the case of gi jiu-jitsu. Once again, don't get into interminable battles where you just go patty cake, grip for grip. What the fuck is that? Okay, it's just a complete waste of everybody's time. Okay, so always we use grip as a means to an end. Stand up and go vertical on me. There, heel strangle. Okay, so let's have a look at this from another angle. Placido, hit it.
Soft knee drop.
Yes, sir. Excellent. And he weighs quite a bit more than you, and you still put him down effortlessly. Yeah, those bicep curls are really working, I think. So guys, let's knock out 5 repetitions each, just working smooth. Moving quickly, good, beautiful. I will thumb post and help bringing the head off. It's not my favorite thing to do, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. He locks up. So once again, we start off with a talented training partner in front of us. You talented, Placido?
Moderately.
From here, we go in front of our man just like so. I place one hand on and take the outside step. The outside step's important. Frames are very strong when you're above the hip line. That's where frames are strong. That's where you can carry all of my weight when I'm up here. My God, I have some unexpected strength there from Placido. My God, you've been hanging out with Gordon Ryan. Now, from that strength is impressive when you're above the hip line. But look what happens when I'm below the hip line. You can barely reach me. Now the problem is the knees. If he started going knees to chest, I would use another form of guard pass. Okay? So what we do is we hang out. we hang out at a distance where he can't do anything. Plus, you just got to get back up to your knees.
It's really hard.
Yeah. It just feels like you've got your mother-in-law hanging onto your back, and you just can't get up quickly and get away.
She's heavier than that.
As she goes to get up, we're constantly looking for either the wrist or my leg on the back of his leg. Combined with that thigh pry, it's very easy now to get that second hook in. And now we're ready to play. Okay. Divide our footsies into two kinds. There are those which are based on the idea of an opponent taking a step and slipping. So, for example, like you're slipping on a banana peel. And those which are based on the idea of an opponent taking a step forward and having their foot blocked from moving forward and catching you mid-step. In everyday life, we've all had experience of this. Sometimes you go out to step in wintertime, you take a step, you make a calculation that your foot will fall on a given space on the floor, and you slip on ice. And now your calculation is completely thrown off and you stumble and fall. Similarly, when you're walking down a busy street, you miscalculate the curb, you're focused on something else, your phone, you're looking at a pretty girl or what have you, and your foot brushes the curb and you get caught mid-step, and the calculation you made in your mind as to where your foot will fall gets completely thrown off and you stumble and fall. These are the two ways in which humans fall in everyday life. It's either a slipping event or a blocking event. For the purposes of Jiu-Jitsu, those are the two that I want to focus on. Okay, he's going to have to know exactly what he's doing at a very high skill level to tackle me from this position. Don't get me wrong, there are things he can do for me to get to my legs, but he's got to be damn good. It's not going to be some fucking schlub who does this to you. Okay, now from here, you need to create an unweighted foot through pushing, pulling, and the ability to get your foot behind his and attack his foot from behind, which is always easier than attacking from the front. And there's more. I sound like an infomercial guy, sorry. Like so. That first step, face your buttocks towards the camera. This sounds weird, sorry about that. Okay. Now, as your head comes down and mine comes up, look how easy it is for you to lock your triangle. Good.
Yes.
Now, from here, you can submit me. Just good. Good. Now, lock it and come back into a mounted position. Good. And now, how would you play from here?
Hold on a second, Danaher. I'm kind of enjoying this position.
I'm not John anymore. I'm just Danaher.
Hold on, I couldn't see myself.
Oh my
Lord!
Oh my Lord!
You ever seen this one? That's a sprinkler, John. That's what that's called, John. The sprinkler. Hold on here.
Oh my God! I'm not gonna let you do that. No. Plus, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm not gonna let you do that. Plus, you better fucking kill me. Because if I ever get out of this, I'm gonna fucking kill you.